worked, whom we supported. Hi, I'm going to restate that because it looks like I'm live now. I'm in the hallway of the New York City Board of Elections. I'll show you what it looks like. And we're waiting outside of security. I'm waiting for Athena Clark, who is the candidate for City Council in District 46, whom we at Daily Clout, supported with social media professionally. But also I'm here as a citizen. And just in my quick research into how to count the vote in New York when you want to count the vote and recount. Again, I'm a veteran of the 2000 Bush-Gore election campaign for president, which ended in a 5-week recount. Recounts are provided by American law. This is how we verified votes. So there's nothing fringe or strange or rabbit hole-y about requesting a recount, requesting verification. Sorry, I look exhausted because I've been preparing for this most of this morning and last night as well. So what I found is that it's extraordinary. To recap our show from yesterday, when you call the Board of Elections Executive Office, where I'm standing right now, their main number is disconnected. It's literally disconnected. It's not full. It's not, they'll get back to you. You literally can't reach them by phone, which is shocking because our tax dollars pay for this. Second, I did call a subordinate office in Manhattan, and they said there is a 3% office here. So that's what we're here to initiate, is a 3% hand recount. So, of course, the 3% office didn't pick up either. I guess what's really shocking too, and there's New York State law, which I will share with you, which we shared with you yesterday. It's a verifying the vote law that says that any citizen or candidate can request a recount. So it's a very low bar for a recount. If 3%, or for a full audit of the vote, if 3% of the vote that they hand recount does not match the electronic tally, they have to do an investigation and a full audit. They have to. The other thing I'm looking at and that I'll request today is, and again, you can see where I am, is apparently we in New York, we used to have really good physical voting machines, mechanical voting machines, and you would, move a big heavy metal lever from left to right, you would hear a thunk, and you would punch a paper ballot, and they were verifiable. It was very simple. You couldn't hack the technology. Of course, most mechanical physical voting machines were replaced by about 2005 with electronic machines. So we in New York have something I haven't run into before, very interesting to me. Again, I run a tech company, so I understand digital technology. I'm not a coder, but I work with developers all day long. And I work with government data, making government data available to citizens. So I understand that methodology too. Well, I don't understand, and I want to know more about what we're using in New York for voting, because we're apparently using some methodology that has a tape, like a physical tape. So the last thing I want to say to everybody, and this is true in your state as well, is that you own that tape. You own the electronic machines. They keep trying to say you can't look at the electronic machine's algorithm or code or data, raw data, because it's proprietary, protected by IP law. That's BS. Sorry to be rude. And I really look forward to a lawsuit if anyone tries to withhold our access to the actual data. Doesn't mean personal names of who voted. It means the verified data, the tape, right? Because it belongs to us. It doesn't belong to the private company that manufactures the machines, which, by the way, the daughter of a famous New York senator said, the machines in New York are made in China. So I haven't independently verified that, but I think the problems with machines generally that are not paper ballots have been well established. So this seems to be a new variation. Now, the new news since I last spoke to you yesterday, and I'm on my phone, so I can't tell how many people are watching, but please restream this stream. It's important. And I just want to recap before I get into what I learned yesterday that, learned this morning about the actual New York City tally, which is so weird. I'll get to it in just a minute. Is what I'm doing here and what Athena is doing, anyone can do. And I'm pretty frustrated, I'll be honest today, because I looked 2 seconds. I looked up New York City vote verification law. It's all online. It has to be online by law. And all of you can do that. Every single one of you, all of you, I'm sorry, I'm mad, all of you bitching in New Jersey and sitting on your couches, as it looks like you had a massive fraud in the results in New Jersey, you should check your law. I don't want to do it for you. I'm focused on New York. I'm only one person with a tiny team. Every citizen has the obligation. Your political parties don't have the obligation. Steve Stern doesn't have the obligation. Steve Bannon doesn't have the obligation. You do. So if you're not sure about your vote, or if you have any questions, you have an obligation as a citizen to look up the law. It's right there. It's 2 clicks in. And if you can't understand it, email me, okay? I will help you understand it. It's pretty easy. I'm not a lawyer, but these laws are designed to sound complicated. They're really not complicated if you get in the habit of reading them. So email me, naomi@dailycloud.io or info@dailycloud.io, and I will tell you what it says. All right. So, and then you can do what I'm doing. You can go initiate, whatever the process is. A lot of states, a voter can initiate a recount. Sometimes the candidate has to initiate a recount. Sometimes you need a court order. Well, go do it. And if there are a lot of people and you think, a court order is too difficult, I don't have a lawyer to advise me, do it. Give Sam go for a lawyer. I'm so tired of everyone sitting on their couches, screaming at social media and thinking that that's how you save your democracy. It isn't. If you don't make sure that these people in here know that they will have a bunch of furious, well-informed citizens walking in the door and demanding their rights, they will keep stealing, one election after another. Bad candidates will keep stealing. All right, now I want to get to the news. It's very important. I want you all to go to the New York City Board of Elections website. And 2 clicks in, you will see it's interesting, they call it unofficial results for the mayoral race. Why is it still called unofficial results 3 days, 4 days after polls closed? Why is it unofficial? What are the official results? Where are they? Okay. Then you click through on that link and you will see that you'll see 2 categories, and I just posted these on X. You'll see one list of the results for the mayoral race, and it's by candidate. It's on the bottom, and those are the numbers that everyone is quoting. It shows Mamdani with about 50%, a little over 50%, and Cuomo, his nearest rival, about 43%, or maybe 41%. I'm not looking at it. It's on another screen on my phone. But then you look on the top, which is the actual vote, and that's by candidate, right? Unofficial results by candidate. What does that really mean? Those are not official results. Okay, and it also says that only 97% of the machine, the electronic scans have been tabulated in those results. So 3% of the vote is out, not included in that list. But then you look at the top list. It's a duplicate list, and it shows results by actual votes. And there you see Zohran Mamdani entered twice. His name is in that list twice. His name is in that list twice, all right? I'm going to say that again. Zoran Mamdani's name is in that list twice. Once, the first time, where he runs as a Democrat, he gets just a little bit more than Cuomo gets. But where he runs as a member of the Working Families Party, an old, totally communist party in New York City, he gets the balance of the vote that brings him up to 50%, over 50%. Now, the way the ballots were structured, you could vote for Zoran Mamdani twice, once as Democrat, once as Working Families. And if you really wanted Zoran Mamdani, any natural person would vote twice, right? Once for Zoran Mamdani, once for Working Families. Oh, yeah, I want this guy, here he is. I want this guy, here he is. So my question, and why I want to see the ballots, is did the machines, I've made this point in my essay, how the voting machines are designed to cheat. The voting machines could scan every vote for Zoran Mamdani, including twice on a single ballot. And so the question is, did he get 8% more votes than Cuomo did, or are they counting ballots in which he was voted for twice as 2 votes? I would like to know. That is a mechanical question. It's a technical question. How is the algorithm scanning the ballots, right? Do they scan every vote, or do they invalidate, which is equally a problem, votes that choose Mamdani twice? But this is a huge question, because if you only look at the votes Mamdani got on the Democratic side, it's a fraction more than Cuomo got, a fraction. And that's with only 97% of the votes counted in unofficial tallies. So Cuomo might have won this election, depending on how that 8% of the electorate was counted that voted. Like, I just don't believe intuitively as a human voter that if you're voting for Mamdani and he shows up twice on the ballot and once is the Working Family Party slot, that you're going to think, oh, I'll vote for him on Working Families and not as a Democrat. You would organically check both boxes. So I really want to know how the algorithm scanned the ballots. And I'm actually equipped to understand that with the help of my developers. So I want to know if they'll give me that information. How were these votes scanned? And lastly, where are the official tallies? Right? Where are the official tallies? If these are unofficial, they have no legal validity, right? Where are the unofficial tallies? So we're here today with the candidate. I'm going to sign off so I can find her. They cleverly have 2 entrances. And we're going to first initiate the 3% recount. And then by law, New York State law, New York City law, if the 3% doesn't tally with the electronic count in any way, they have to do a full audit. But also I'm going to ask for the data. I'm going to ask for where's the official numbers, and how do we know that the algorithm didn't? What did the algorithm do with the 8% which made the difference? Right, they would be literally neck and neck within the margin of error with 3% of the electronic vote not counted, if it weren't for this duplication question of what happened to the ballots in which people voted for Working Families Mamdani and Democrat Mamdani. Okay, so I hope you understand all of that. I'm going to go locate Athena now, and then I will come back when there's more to report. Wish me luck. But remember, you can do this. You must do this yourself.